Thank you.
Hello, welcome you all to Team 2. Today is the 10th meetup of Team 2. What is Team 2? We all know communication and leadership are the key skills for job in the corporate world. The objective of Team 2 is to promote communication, collaboration, public speaking, social and leadership skills. Why Team 2? Through Team 2, we are connecting new generations. Team 2 is for collaboration. There are a lot of experience within the group itself for higher studies or jobs. You can get guidance. People within the community can help each other. Team 2 is for communication. We have planned approach for communication and skill development with projects. Team 2 is for leadership. We're interacting with leaders as guest speakers to our sessions and provide a chance for discussing with them. So set aside an hour every weekend for self-development. We have two streams at present, technology stream and communication stream. So please join and grow with us. Today we have two guest speakers, Ms. Nasreen and Ms. Kurasai Sowmya. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction.
Dia, can you please introduce Nasreen? Hello, Dia.
Yes. Hello everyone, I'm Dia. I'm going to be introducing you to the guest speakers. It is a pleasure to introduce Ms. Nasreen Nazeer. Nasreen is from Vadakkekadu, Thrissur. She did her schooling at New Indian Model School, Dubai, and did her 11th and 12th from Vijayagiri Public School, Chalakudi. Nasreen is doing her bachelor's in microbiology at MES College, Marapalli. She is very active in NSS, palliative care, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, Women Cell in MES College, educational support volunteer in Make a Difference, and many more. She was selected for Women in Technology International Virtual Summit and is one among 210 people selected for the summit all over the world. Ma'am, we are honored to have you here with us. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me in such a great, a kind of group. Anyway, very happy to be a part of you. So shall we start?
Yeah, thank you, Nasreen. You can start.
Yeah, should I speak in Malayalam or should I speak in English?
As you wish. I think some people are from other states also.
Okay.
So, you can start with your story and then, tell about your activities. And if you want, we can, make it interactive. There are no issues.
Okay, sure. So telling about my story, I was born and brought up in Dubai. So in New Indian Modern School, Dubai. When I was small, I did my nursery in like Happy Kids Nursery, whereby we had very good teachers and all those things. New Indian Modern School, Dubai, I was there from first standard till 10th. Even after 10th, I had my examination over there, and then I came to India to do my +1 and +2 with the entrance of NEET. So I was there in Chalakudi, Vijayagiri Public School. After that, yes, I attempted NEET, and then I was ranked within 1 lakh. But then, they told me, like, you have a management seat. When you bring like 5 lakh, you'll have a management seat and it is ready for you. But then I thought, management seat is a kind of difficult thing, right? So it's better to try something else. So what I did is, like, I went to Maramballi, MES College Maramballi. Literally speaking, it is having a very good infrastructure over there. Infrastructure is so beautiful in such a way that I literally fell for that. So that was so beautiful. And then I opted BSc Microbiology over there. This is my 3rd year, like last year and last sem in Maramballi MES College. Recently, I'm staying as a guest over here. That's the reason, because I got an international scholarship, like Carolyn's Lennon Scholarship, which is worth $250. The reason behind that, or the story behind which lead to my success or which lead to the scholarship, was one day a Twitter of my college, which is Rubina Miss. I have a Twitter. Her name is Rubina. So Rubina Miss, what she did was like, she posted a newspaper clip. Okay, in that newspaper, it was written like there is a scholarship, and every students, every BSc students, MSc students, every people who are opted for PhD can apply. So what I did was like, I applied for that. And when I apply, I don't literally know what is going to happen. Okay, so I didn't think a lot. What I did is like, there was a link, and then I clicked in that link. I searched in Google for that link, what the exact thing is. So there was a link, and then that led me to a stage 1 kind of selection. So what I did is like, I opted for stage 1. So in the stage 1, they asked me what is my name, what is my number, what is my email ID, and they asked me who is my famous female role model. So they also asked me what is the reason behind that. Why did she become, or did he or she become your famous role model? So what I told, like, that was a kind of Google format. Okay, it is a Google form of question. I have to write a kind of essay or a kind of, descriptive form over there. The main agenda of WITI is Women in Technology International. The main agenda is to bring the youngsters, like to bring the woman who is very interested in technology or who has a lot of idea, okay, who are very fear of being to be spoken in public. So what they do is like, they write a lot. So that is the way they selected me. Okay, the way I write, the way I express my feelings or my ideas through writing. So that's the way they selected me. So in the first question, they asked me who is my famous female role model. So what I told was like, Carolyn. There is a ma'am whose name is Carolyn. So she is having a kind of big story which made me attracted towards her. And the story was like this. Carolyn's father, he was a very good chemist. Okay, so chemistry, he was very interested in chemistry. He was doing all those experiments, doing a lot of experiments, and then he might not get a good result, but then he tried a lot. He was doing literally everything. Every time he spent in his life was for chemistry. So Carolyn, who was exactly brought up with her father, was very interested in chemistry. So what she did was like, she had a kind of interest in chemistry. So even she also opted for the branch of chemistry. So when she grew up a lot, while doing her studies, or when she was in her college time, her father was not feeling well. So what happened was, she kind of withdrew from that course. But then after that, she worked hard. There was a kind of position where she would stand self-dependently, okay, where she would serve. So what she did was like, she stood in her position, and then she provided scholarship to people who are backward kind of people, who can't work themselves or who can't study themselves, who is facing a kind of difficulty to make them study or to grow up in her studies. So what I told was, this is the kind of character which attracted me towards Carolyn. That is, when there is anything which I didn't get, okay, I'm not receiving something, or like, I didn't get to study this. So I shouldn't have a character where I feel, okay, fine, others should also not get this opportunity. Okay, so others should also not get this opportunity. I shouldn't be rude, but instead I should work. I should serve them. That's what Carolyn did. Even she was not able to study. Even she also faced a lot of problems in her life. But then she tried a lot. When she became self-independent, she worked for serving the society, or she worked for providing scholarship to backward people or to students who are facing difficulty in studies. So I told them, this is the character which attracted me, and she is my role model. So, and after submitting my answers, okay, I got an email, a mail saying that, congratulations, Nasreen, you are selected for the stage 2. Okay, very eagerly and very curiously, I went to the stage 2 application form. In stage 2 application form, we had 3 questions, saying that there was 3 questions. Okay, the first question was this: just imagine when you are 80 years old. Okay, and when you go back, or when you look back into your life, what are the things which bring a smile on your face, or what are the things which bring you happiness? So I told them, okay, it was written, okay, we should write the thing in more than 400 words. The limit is 400. You can write more than that. So what I told them was, when I was 80 years old, or when I'll be 80 years old, the things that I'll be doing is, there'll be a lot of things which brings happiness to me. There'll be bits and bits of, a sister or a brother, like of happiness or fighting between them, or we all family members, we come together and sit together and have a lot of fun. There will be things which I would have dreamt in some point of my life, and then that all would have came to reality. So I described about everything, saying that you should have a kind of optimistic kind of feeling in whatever things you do. That optimistic image or that optimistic feeling which you have to face everything in a very positive manner, that's what brings you happiness. So optimism is everything. So that's what I told them. Okay, so when I'll be 80 years old, there'll be a lot of things which will be making me very happy while thinking. So I told them, okay, so these are the things. And then the second question was, as a woman, how did I serve the society? So the answer which I gave was, I am an NSS volunteer. So I told them, the motto of NSS is not me, but you. So as a part of that, what we did is like we served the society. Okay, we did a lot of serving, like we did a lot of serving in a kind of, as being a part of volunteer, we had gone to different parts, different spaces, like different places, visiting a lot of people. We have served them a lot. Then I told them, I am a part of palliative care. I'm a palliative care member. So in palliative care, what we do is we visit a lot of patients, like may it be a cancer patient or other orphanages. And the main agenda of palliative care is we provide a kind of support. There are people, like when you go to orphanages, there are people who think that, oh, we don't have anybody to look, to take care of us, or we don't have anybody to be concerned. So the feeling which we bring is the feeling of concernity, which we say that we are also there with you. We are also a part of you. The thing we do is for you. So what we do is we spend a whole day, that is from morning till evening, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. And then we spend with them, we play song, we literally entertain them in every aspect of their life. Okay, like in a whole day, what we do is like we enjoy with them in such a way that they will feel a kind of concern. Okay, that happiness is something more which cannot be expressed. So even I live in a family, okay, whereby I'm having my grandparents, I'm having my grandmother, grandfather, my father, mother. So getting up early in the morning, what I do is like when I see my grandparents like crossing across me, what I do is like, hi mom, how are you? That's what is the thing I ask. I know that they are fine, okay, they are literally good, but then that feeling which brings in their mind when I ask such a kind of question is literally very amazing. So that's what is a concern. Like for example, I have my papa, okay, so I have a time where I call him. Okay, there's a time from 7 to 8. There's a time when I call him. So as he's in Dubai, the time is exactly different. From here, it is different. So that is the timing in which I call him. So when he didn't receive my call, he literally calls back to me saying that, hey Nasreen, I didn't have a call. Why? Are you busy? That feeling of concernness gives me a kind of support. So that's what we have to do in our life. What we have to do is to bring that concernity, that feeling of concernity, where everybody will be happy. When you come to know that some of your family member or anybody is not feeling well, you have to call them. When you think of calling a person, just take a phone and dial. That kind of optimism should be there. You shouldn't literally think more saying that, oh, he didn't call me, then why should I go over there and why should I try myself? That shouldn't be the image, or that shouldn't be a kind of view you should have. We are literally youngsters. We can change the world. And it's our internal strength, or it's our internal feeling which brings kind of differences in this world. So according to me, we should see everything in a very optimistic manner. As we say that a coin has two parts, right? Like two sides. That's what it is. Even our life has two sides. So it's we who decide which side to be chosen. Like either you can choose a good part, either you can choose by saying everything in optimism manner, or either there are chances where you can see everything in a bad manner or with a negative eye. So I would like to prefer, as we students, or as we as youngsters, everybody literally should see their world in a very optimistic manner. And the next thing I have to tell you is help others. We should have a kind of mentality to help others. Sharing my experiences, I live in a hostel. Like my college is situated in Alva, so I'm living in Thrissur. So it's a kind of distant. Okay, so we can't like every day coming and going to home. It's not fine. So what I do is I stay in a hostel over there. So every day when I come from hostel, there is a tata whose name is, there is a sister whose name is, like I call her Patu. Okay, she is a person who cleans our college. Okay, so what I do is early in the morning I come to hostel. Like I come from hostel, I spend a lot of time with her. Like saying, "How are you?" Like I literally tidbit, literally speak everything. How are you? How is your things going? How are you? How are your kids and all those things? And one day, after writing my examination, I had my SEM examination. So SEM examination, when it got over, it was exactly at 4 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it got over at 4 o'clock. So when I was returning, like after finishing my examination, when I was going back to my hostel, I found Patu. She was struggling to close the door. Okay, there was two sides, like a door which is having two sides. Both the tata like staying in one side, Patu staying in one side, and the other sister who's staying in the other side. They're trying a lot to push all those things and to tighten that door. So what I did was, I immediately seeing this, what I did was I literally ran towards them and said like, okay, leave, I'll do. Okay, that's what I did. And then the what she said, like what Patu said to me was very amazing. I was literally amazing to hear that. She told me, Nasreen, you're a very good girl. Okay, you will never face any kind of difficulties in your life. When you face any difficulty, there will be people, a lot kind of people to help you. When I heard this, I was literally amazed. I kind of helped her. There is helping doesn't mean like you have to financially help a person by giving her him or her 500 or 1,000 rupees. It's just a kind of support. It's a kind of caring. It's kind of helping mentality. That helping mentality should be there in everyone, and a kind of initiation of doing something. Like for example, like we have an idea. Okay, we have an idea to do this, that. Okay, the problem, according to me, the problem I think with the youngsters are, they know that they should do this, they should do this. Okay, when you see a film, you come to know that yeah, they are film stars who is acting like this, who's beating like this, who are achieving a great in their life. So you know that. Okay, and like here listening to this, you come to a fascination whereby you'll be a hero in your dream, but everything happens in your dream. Why don't you bring it in reality? Why don't you try to bring it in reality? That's what I have to ask everybody. Like when you have an idea, yes, speak to others. Like speak with others in such a way that even they will also come to know your idea, and they will also share a kind of information. I am a volunteer in MAD. Like the story where I reached MAD was also interesting. Okay, the MAD. Okay, MAD. When I heard that name, I got attracted towards that name. Okay, I don't know the full form of that. And then in the bracket, it is make a difference. In our language, literally MAD means mental, right? Yeah. So the name was different. The full form was different. Make a difference. Wow, I got attracted towards that. What I did is like, even I applied for being a volunteer. We had a lot of recruitment companies, like recruitment processes, whereby I opted for educational support volunteer. Okay, so in that volunteership, what I have to do is educate people, like educate students. There are few students in shelter home. Okay, so in my city is Kochi. There are different people, different volunteers from different cities, like from Hyderabad, from Telangana. There are different cities. So I'm a volunteer from Kochi. So we had a recruitment process. Okay, where we had our fellow, okay, asking us to take a class. They are looking at few points. There are a few points where they select people or where they select volunteers. The first thing is patience, because the person, like the student whom I'm teaching to, might not know anything. Okay, because there are people, like the students whom I'm teaching, they are having a kind of learning disability. So they don't know. Sometimes, for example, the thing which I taught in the first class won't be remembered by the same person in the next class. So I shouldn't like literally argue to them. Why don't you remember this? I'm spending a lot of time with you. No, that's not the way I have to approach the person. That's totally different manner. I have to approach them in a very patient manner. I have to brush them up. When I'm taking a class, the class which I'm handling is 10th standard. So what I do is, every Friday is a time where I have class, and the timing is from 5 to 6. So like 1 hour. Okay. So my student's name is Ashna. Okay. So she was very excited. She is literally excited to see me, because I am according to me, I'm a kind of mentor who take care of her. Okay, who asks her about what are your interests, what are your things, what all you like to do, what all you don't like to do, what do you prefer in doing your life, what do you want to do, what do you want to pursue in your life. So I interact with her in a very cool manner. So this year, as due to this pandemic, we had to do through online. Like we have a Zoom meeting whereby we'll be joining with the students will be joining. So Ashna, during my class, Ashna will exactly join very fast, like literally 10 minutes before I join, because she's very interested in me. Like, I think, yes, she is. And our fellow, we have an educational fellow whose name is Aishwarya. She used to say that, yes, when we keep a meeting, everybody, like I'm teaching her biology, there are other volunteers who are teaching English, social studies, Hindi. There are other volunteers who say a lot of negative side of Ashna, saying that she won't learn, she won't do this, she won't do that homework, she won't do that. But the only thing, the only only positive aspects talking about Ashna was me. And then Aishwarya used to ask me, why are you only telling about the positive side of her? Why don't you talk about the negative side? I told Aishwarya, like there are instances, there are people, there are students who, like, we have to see the positive part of the student. There will be times where there are negative sides, but you shouldn't exactly point out what is negative in her. There might be a lot of positive things in that person. Just note out that and try to be close to that person. Like try to bring that feeling of concernity in that person. So I told them we had a fellow meeting. So I told them, like, see, Ashna, she sang Rowdy Baby. There's a song in Malayalam, Rowdy Baby. So she sang that, she literally sang that song to me. I was very excited, okay? Because the reason for that was, one day she came to the class saying that, oh, ma'am, today I'm very tired. Like nothing will exactly go into my mind. So I told them, okay, fine. So let us change the atmosphere. Let us sing a few songs. I will also sing with you. You also sing to me. So, she sang that song, Rowdy Baby. So when we had a meeting, I told, see, Ashna, she knows to sing songs. She sang Rowdy Baby to me. So all the volunteers in that meeting asked me, seriously, she sings a song? She will exactly sing a song. They were very excited to know that. Okay, she literally sings a song. So according to me, every person have a positive side and a negative side. Please, literally have a kind of behavior to check the positive side of the person rather than the negative side. Just concentrate more on the positive side. See everything in a very optimistic manner. In MAD, I'm very happy to be a MAD volunteer, but unfortunately, we couldn't do that on ground. Everything due to this pandemic was through this online. That was the only problem which we volunteers of this year face. So we was very happy, it is a kind of happiness when you spend a day in a week with them. It is a kind of very softness. They even talk to us in a very calm manner. We mingle with them because they don't have any other exposure. The only exposure they have is the school, the shelter, the school and the shelter. They don't have any other exposures. So we as a mentor, we build them, engage with them in such a way that there comes a feeling where they can say anything to us. So there are few takeaways in life, okay? So when you go anywhere, be in any position, the only few takeaways is, the first point is, keep smiling. We have been gifted with a gift of smile. So keep doing that. Just flush all those things. Don't just be a person who's very rude, who's having a very rude kind of face. Just smile. You have been given the gift of smile. So just do that. So that's what I have to say, the first point. The second point is, always be optimistic. See everything in your life in a very positive manner. The third thing is, help everybody. Be it in any situation, just have that initiation of helping. Just have that helping mentality. Be it any person, of any age, of any gender, just have that initiation of helping person, in internal drive of helping that person. So these are the things which through I succeeded, okay? I literally was a person who helped everybody. I have a mentality of helping. There was a case where, one of the person was admitted in the hospital, and in our group, the sir posted, we need O positive blood in Rajagiri Public School, in Rajagiri Hospital. So just do contact. So what I did is, I contacted the sir. As I'm a palliative care member, we have a Sadish Shetan. He provides blood to all over the world. He is the one who provides blood. So what I did, I called the sir saying that, see, there is a Sadish Etan. So just I'll give you his number. Just contact him and just ask for blood. He will literally, in any, be in any part, he will literally help you for that. So why did I do this? Why can't I stay in a position where I don't have to help anybody? The person who is in hospital or who is admitted in hospital is none of me. Like, there is no kind of relationship, right? But then that feeling of helping a person came within me. Like, why should I do that? That is a feeling which everybody, if every individual should have, a feeling of helping everybody, a mentality of helping everybody. So that's what will bring you or will make you a very successful person. So these are the few takeaways. So recently, I'm doing my bachelor's in microbiology right now. So doing a bachelor's, I'm doing a general bachelor, okay, bachelor degree, whereby we have been dealing with medical microbiology, there is food microbiology, there is industrial microbiology, and different other various aspects of that. Inshallah, in my future, I'm planning to do my master's in food microbiology, where I'll be concentrating in food-related things. So this is all about me. You know, there are a few takeaways. I have to say, everybody, just follow what they are like. Just follow these things in your life. Help everybody without in turn expecting anything. Do everything without expecting anything. So that's what, when you help somebody in one way or another in your life, it will be helpful. I am guaranteed. I was a person, I was a normal person as everybody. I was also a very normal person. So, but then a person who is having a mentality of helping others. I personally asked my students, like my colleagues, okay, like my friends, when teacher put this thing in our group, why don't you exactly opt for that? Why didn't you apply for that? So the response which I got from my friends was, hey, it is an international level. Sometimes there will be interviews to be attended. Sometimes there will be any interactive sessions. So I don't know English. So how will I do that? That's what was the thing they answered me when I questioned them. So I told them, there are many opportunities in your life. There are many gates which is open for you, freely open for you. So just do that. There are things where you might succeed, or there are things where you might fail. The only thing you have to do is to attempt. I'm a person who used to engage in all the activities, be it be in school, be it be in college. In every activity, I'm proudly saying that my name will be there. There won't be any activity without my name. So, engage in everything. When you come to know that this is your talent, when you come to know that, yes, this is my peak where I'm highest, or this is my very positive side, when you come to know that that is your positive side, just engage in that activity, do more. When I come to know that, yes, I am best in calligraphy, search for calligraphy competitions, be it be in any college or school, be it be in any level, just search for all those things. So what I have to say that there is a lot of opportunities open for you. Just grab all those opportunities. Be it be in any situation, just grab all those things. If you don't know, ask. If you know, answer the question. So these are what literally I have to say. To everybody, literally. Like, there are students who are growing up. So if you don't know anything, literally ask them. And if they answer you, like if they come to you saying that, I don't know, Chechi, I don't know what is this. Can you help me in this? Yes, politely say them, politely describe what is the thing, politely say everything to them. Have a mentality of helping others. That's what I have to literally focus on. So this is, I'm a person who used to attend that merit celebrations, and we have merit celebrations in our colleges. So there will be situations where the miss will be introducing. Okay, next we have Aishwarya onto the stage. I just, as being an audience in that great ceremony, I used to think, oh my God, even I should also have a kind of opportunity where my parents will be very happy, proudly representing me. Oh my God, she is my girl, like she is my daughter, or she is my somebody. And I literally hoped, I thought, I dreamt of such a feeling. Okay, I dreamt of having such an experience. So literally, this time I stand as a guest. And I've been honored in every place. Yesterday our MLA visited me. I was very excited because these are the positions which I literally dreamt of, which I literally had a kind of it's not a kind of ambition which I was excitedly waiting for. And like day before yesterday, I had a call from radio Wow, this is amazing, right? I was on air on that day in Qatar Radio Suno. And the same day I had a kind of interview, all these things which are things I just dreamt in my, in all of my sleeps. The only thing you have to focus on, if you have a kind of ambition, or if you have a kind of notion in your life, or in your whole life, like if you have a plan, just have a plan. Like if after 5 years or after 10 years, you should have a dream that you will be sitting in such a great position. If you dream like that, yes, of course, there will be opportunities which will be open for you. Help others, without expecting anything in return. That's all I have to tell you. That's all I have to tell you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nasreen. It was like wonderful speech and lots of motivational remarks, right? So yeah, keep coming, and we need your help, and you like to help others, right? So
yeah, sure, I'll be there. You can approach me.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let me call. Is it anybody else has any questions?
Yes, just make it a kind of interactive session, okay?
Yeah. So
I don't have questions, but I just like to say how beautifully well said that was. It was really inspiring. Thank you, Nasreen.
Thank you, Sowmya.
Okay, so I think I will, because we have Sowmya to talk, so let me call Dia to introduce Sowmya. Dia, please.
Yes. Our next guest speaker is Ms. Kura Sai Sowmya. Sowmya is an aerospace engineer and is so passionate in aerospace and exploration. She did a bachelor's from Amrita University, Coimbatore, and presently doing MS from Institut Supérieur de l'Aéronautique et de l'Espace, France. Sowmya is now going to give a talk on aerospace engineering and her journey to France for doing masters. Ma'am, we are honored to have you here with us. Over to you.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Dia, and hello to everyone attending this talk. So I am going to start off with introducing myself and how I got to be here. So when I love to read, that is, if anyone asks me what is the one thing about you that you love the most, it is that I love to read. And I've been reading from a pretty young age, from around 3rd grade. And one day, those fancy encyclopedias you get in bookstores, they have the glossy covers. And this particular encyclopedia was about space. And that day, my parents asked me, what do you want to become in life? I said, I wanted to be an astronaut. Now, that dream slowly faded over the years, but the interest in space still stayed with me. Now, I'm not sure how many of you know about aerospace or have had experience with people who know about aerospace, but are there any of you who are interested in space yourselves? Can I have a show of hands, please? Okay. Okay, nevertheless, I do know that there are a lot of kids nowadays, they themselves are personally interested in space, whether they want to take it up as part of their career or not. So today I will be presenting my course and what it is that I do to all of you. So let me share my screen. So this is who I am. I'm Sowmya and I'm an aerospace engineer and I'm interested in everything in the world. It all started with my passion for reading. I love reading science fiction, fantasy, adventure, you name it, I read it. Now, presently, I am an aerospace engineer. Like Dia kindly mentioned, I graduated with the Bachelor of Technology degree from Amrita University, Coimbatore, and I'm currently doing my master's in aerospace. Now, my major is systems engineering, so it's my specialization in aerospace. I am also doing some courses in management, project management, supply chain, and others to add those skills as well, and I'm interested in finance. Along with my aerospace education right now, I am also working part-time as an assistant in content creation in the field of sports psychology. I'm learning the 6th language, and I have my own blog to write, to pen down my thoughts and give my opinions to others. I love mythology and I'm always trying something new. That's about me. So this is about my education. On the left, you have my BTech university, Amrita in Coimbatore. They have a branch in Kerala as well, Amritapuri. And on the right is my institute, Isai Supero, which is in France, Toulouse. And Toulouse is one of the hubs for aerospace in Europe. Now, what is aerospace all about? It's basically engineering of any vehicle in the atmosphere and space. So any commercial aviation, all the airliners we see, the InSight rover, the Mars rover, all these drones that are, slowly buzzing about nowadays, fancy terminology, all the missiles and rockets, all of these come under the domain of aerospace. And a person who is studying aerospace will learn how to design them, how they work, and what to do and what not to do to achieve optimization in them. Now, in my BTech, we had a variety of subjects like fluid mechanics, astrophysics, thermodynamics, aerodynamics, all fancy sounding stuff. But at the core of it all was simply math and physics. So aerospace is a highly intensive course, and we had a lot of math courses and a lot of physics courses which just applied to different fields. So you apply math and physics to space orbits of planets and Earth and Sun. So that becomes orbital mechanics. Similarly, everything was applied. So these are a few facilities that we had in our university. You have the wind tunnel at the top. We had a Rolls-Royce jet engine, and a helicopter in our hangar. So these facilities really, when you go to a university and you're prepared to do your bachelor's in a field which almost not many people know about. Like when I told people that I am studying aerospace, I got two reactions. One was, what is aerospace? And the second, the one which I loved the most, was, oh my God, you're an aerospace engineer. So it just brought back all the feelings of joy and passion that we have for our field. So these facilities just, excited us so much because we could work on them, we could do new research using them. Now, going a bit technical, aerospace has, it's a very broad field. So you can do your specialization in different subfields, and they are aerodynamics, propulsion, which is to do with engines, controls and dynamics, which is basically all physical dynamics of any aircraft, structures and materials. Now, so from this, you can say that aerospace is a combination of almost all other engineering disciplines. You have computer programming. We had all that. We had to learn it. We had to implement it. We had electronics. We had aspects of civil engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science engineering, everything. So I got to the end of my third year and I had a choice. I could sit for campus placements to get a core job, or I could opt to do my master's in aerospace because I still loved my field and I wanted to continue with it. The problem was I was not sure which subfield I wanted to specialize in. I finally narrowed it down. So I did a few internships before related to each field to get an idea of what they are and if I wanted to continue in them. And I finally chose controls. Now you can go into research or the industry. I felt research was not my cup of tea. So I decided to go for a master's in controls in such a way that I can get into the industry after master's. Which brings me to my studies in Israel right now. Now here again, I applied for controls, but after coming here, we had the option of changing our major, changing our specialization. So out of all the 7 options that were given to us, aerodynamics, control, structures, again, similar to our bachelor's, we had space systems, satellite imaging, space imaging, and systems engineering. So I took systems engineering because I love incorporating any new thing I learn into what I'm doing. So having done all the previous stuff, I wanted to do something new. So systems engineering is a new up and coming field. So I took that as my major. And again, we had a variety of subjects, airworthiness, like aircraft certification, signal processing, all fancy sounding subjects, but yes. Now, systems engineering is again, all these complex projects. You see, like you have the manufacturing of a car, it has its own systems, but how do you keep track of everything? How do you keep track of all the teams that are working on it, all the data? So systems engineer's job is to model the project before it starts, and once it is started, to keep updating it and to bring together all the different teams working on the project to make sure that they have a good exchange and communication between them. So essentially, we have to be good at what we do. We have to know what everyone else is doing, and we have to make sure that they are telling each other what they are doing. That is the job of a systems engineer. So these are a few facilities that we have in our university where I'm studying for masters. We have a flight simulator, again wind tunnels, best drone testing facility. So whatever you code you write, whatever work you do, you can see the results of it in real life. So there's some real research going on over here. Now, it's not all about academics, because wherever you go, you cannot just limit yourself to classes and be involved in homework, exams. That's not all there is to life. I made the mistake of that in my bachelor's, thinking, I don't have time for any other stuff. I need to focus on my studies, because if I don't score well, then what is my future going to be? But the thing is, life is not all about grades. You need to explore, you need to find out what's going on around you, involve yourself with it. And so I'm doing that right now. I am a part of the rocket club, the Super Aerospace section, where we are working on a supersonic sounding rocket. We are designing it and building it. And Super Aero Junior Conseil, it's an engineering consultancy firm. It's a part of my university. It's like a junior enterprise. So Europe has this concept where you work for other major aerospace companies before you complete your studies, as a sort of gaining experience. It's kind of like like consultancy work, but you do it as a student, and it adds educational value to your field as well. Now, these are some pictures from our work in the Rocket Club. So my teammates have kindly agreed to let me take their pictures. So again, a rocket integrates so many different kinds of systems, and we need to keep ahead of all of them. Now, coming to opportunities in aerospace in India, there are, if you want to take aerospace for your bachelor's, there are quite a few universities. You have the top-notch IITs, NITs, IIST. Of course, everyone knows about them. But there are also private universities like Manipal Institute, my own university, Amrita, SRM in Chennai, UPS in Dehradun, Bangalore, Chennai. There are many opportunities where you can take this course if you're interested in it. It's not like IITs are the only place to go for it. So one of the main questions I get from people who connect with me on LinkedIn and people who are looking to go to their bachelor's is, do you really need an aerospace degree to work in the aerospace field? And the answer is not at all. You can do mechanical, you can do electronics, you can do civil engineering, and you can work in that part of the aerospace field after your graduation. Of course, if you have a master's and you specialize in aerospace in master's, that works to your advantage. But an exclusively aerospace degree is not compulsory. Okay, so let's say that you got your degree. Now what? So what kind of work are you going to do? Where are you going to work? You can join a company into the industry, or you can do your research. If you want to join a company, there is absolutely no shortage of aerospace companies like Airbus, Boeing, Safran. These are the major tech giants. And you have others like Honeywell, Tata Advanced Systems, BrahMos Aerospace, Dassault Systems. You just type aerospace companies in Google, you will get a huge list where you can apply to your heart's content if that's what you're interested in. And when you talk about research in aerospace, of course, the first and foremost organization is ISRO, our National Space Agency, which is doing amazing work. You can tell by their success with recent rovers, landers, and orbiters. You can also do your research in HAL, NAL, DRDO. These are all premier research organizations. And of course, IITs and IIST, in addition to being educational institutions, they also carry out excellent research, which makes them a good institution in the first place. Aerospace has many applications. It's not just about engineering aircraft and rockets. So you have commercial aviation. The reason we can fly from one country to another in the span of a few hours is because commercial aviation has come so far because of aerospace engineers. Military aircraft, of course, the strength of a country depends on its military, its navy, its army, and this is a part of it. There's a lot of research going into hypersonic flight, which is like 6-7 times faster than the speed of sound. And you know, GPS, you cannot go anywhere without GPS now, and there's a whole host of satellites which provide that service for you. And again, the people who have designed, built, and launched these satellites are a part of the aerospace industry. All the space missions, which are the frontier of exploration, so pushing the imagination of humankind forward, that is what an aerospace engineer does. That is what the science field does. And of course, the buzzword nowadays is drone technology. You can use drone technology for not just space exploration or imaging, but more of a down-to-earth use, like agricultural field. Our farmers suffer so much from so many problems. Drone imaging can help you figure out what is the composition of the soil in a certain place. It can do the you can apply the pesticide for you. You just need to automate it, and there are companies that do this for you. So it helps all industries, not just aerospace or science or technology. So it has become so an integral part of day-to-day life that we cannot imagine our life without technology. And in a few years, that is what aerospace is for everyone. And coming to the community part of aerospace, so you cannot really survive on your own in this field. It is very intensive. You need to keep up with what's going on every day. More importantly, you need to connect with people. So Society for Space Education, Research and Development is up and coming organization which provides internship opportunities, exposure to the space industry for youngsters in India. Again, ISRO, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, offers a whole lot of free courses that you can attend classes, you can learn, you can even give an exam and get a certificate for it. As proof that you have done the course. But yes, so there are a lot of free opportunities available for people interested in the tech field who want to get into the field. Maybe you're not sure that you want to get into aerospace entirely, but you're still interested in some parts of it. So these courses are perfect. Now there is, we all know about United Nations. United Nations has a lot of subparts which take care of a range of different issues. And Space Generation Advisory Council is a part of United Nations for the promotion of the space industry, to be more inclusive about people and to just uplift people, give them exposure about the space and aerospace industry, and to let them know about opportunities. So Space Generation Advisory Council has launched a new initiative just last year called Our Giant Leap. This is specifically to be more inclusive of all people from all backgrounds. Gender equality. There are much fewer females than men in the aerospace industry, and this organization aims to bridge that gap. Like, why is that gap existent? It's because aerospace is still considered a male-dominated field. It's like mechanical. When you take your when a girl is taken to university for bachelor admissions, if she chooses mechanical, everyone asks her the same question, like, why mechanical? It's an all guy field. How will you keep up? How will you cope with it? How will you survive? Believe me, she can, and she can excel, not just survive. This organization aims to help those who can do it, but just maybe they're lacking the courage. They just need some encouragement, some motivation to take that tiny step forward to do what they really want to do. So these are the kind of organizations that I've come into contact with during the course of my studies and my life here in France. I've met a lot of interesting and motivated people who aim to help us. Like Nasreen said, you have to have a helping mentality. You have to be willing to help others, and that's exactly what the people over here do. I live by the motto, there are no limits to what you can accomplish except for the limits you place on yourself. And this image is from my campus. It's a mirage and it's just lying there. It is just existing in a part of the campus. And every time I look at it, I feel amazed that I've had the privilege to be here in a foreign country, studying a course not many people take the daring step to study, and being in such a good position that I am in, and being able to encourage other people with my experience. So I truly believe that, only the limits that you place upon yourself are what stops you from achieving more. Now, this is all I have to say about my course. It is very intensive, and you need to be really passionate about it. Now, when I finished my 12th, I knew that I was really interested in reading. I was a bit confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly. And I think that's a situation most people face. I've talked to many people, and yes, most of them, except for the few who really know what they want to do, they are passionate about something from their birth. So, so not everyone has the luxury of being that kind of person. Not everyone has the luxury of knowing what their passion is. When I was trying to make a decision about my bachelor's course, I was entertaining thoughts of going into journalism, into archaeology, because those were all my interests. Ultimately, I chose aerospace because one, I was interested in it, and two, I wanted to do something different. But don't we all? We all want to stand out and be away from the crowd, to have the spotlight on us, but for something that we have done, for something that we have achieved. And I was no different. I wanted to do something different. So I took aerospace and I loved it. I loved the idea that 150 years ago, people could only dream of flight. Now we cross countries, cross oceans, we're even crossing entire galaxies because of the technological strides that we have made so far in just a span of 150 years in aviation. And every day I truly feel blessed to be in this field, and to be able to share my passion with so many other like-minded people. Now, the thing is, there was a point in my BTech, middle of second year, third year, when I lost not interest, I lost motivation. Basically, it was getting difficult. The course was getting very difficult, and I felt I started thinking, what am I doing here? Is this even the right place for me? Am I fit to be an aerospace engineer? Now, at that point, I was almost ready to drop out and take some other course. But believe me, this is the case for most people. You take something you like, you start doing it, there will definitely be a point when it gets really tough, when it is so challenging that you feel like you want to give up. But trust me, do not give up. At that point, you just need to push past and maintain confidence in yourself. That's the most important part. If you have confidence in yourself, you can do anything. And somehow I had a really good support group. My friends, my family, they helped me regain that confidence in myself, and I pushed through. And at the end of it, I'm glad I did, because my interest for aerospace was still there. And this is not just about me in the aerospace field. This is about any person and anything that they want to do. A writer facing a writer's block, they just need to push through, and they will be amazing. They publish books. That's happened to all writers. Same thing for anyone in science field, engineering, arts, humanities, anywhere. you will face challenges, but you can overcome them if you believe in yourself. And that is what I trust myself in the most. And believe me, it doesn't go away just once or twice. That feeling will come back again and again. You feel like you're not deserving enough to do what you're doing, because you feel like there's so many other people better than you. When I came here, that was the case. I came to Toulouse in France, and I saw all these people who had more opportunities, and they knew what they wanted. They were confident. I felt like an imposter. So this is called imposter syndrome. I didn't feel that I was good enough to be here, to have the opportunity to study with these people, to succeed to the same level that they did. But after a few months, I realized that everyone felt that way, because you are out of your comfort zone. If you just keep doing what you're good at, to just the level that you know that you're good at, then where's the room for growth? And a person needs to always keep growing in life. You get out of your comfort zone, you explore stuff, you explore what you don't know. If you don't know something, you go to someone who does and ask them. Now, some people are not kind enough to reply properly. They might ridicule you. You take it and you move on. You go to someone else. Just never stop trying. The moment you stop trying, that is when you have failed in life. Just keep going, keep pushing forward, and one day, just like aerospace has developed so far, and every person will face that same level of exponential development in their life, but just believe in yourself. And that's all I have to say to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sowmya. It was wonderful, and lot of your passion and dream, right? We wish more and more heights to your professional life. Thank you,
sir.
thank you. And others, yeah. Now we have Q&A. So anybody has any questions, please?
I have my question, but it was a really great speech. Like, it was something that I wanted to hear. So yeah, thank you.
Any more questions? So just I will ask one question. Sowmya, what is your next step after masters? What are you planning?
So yes, towards the end of my course, we have a compulsory end of study internship that we do. And for that, I am aiming at all the major companies in Toulouse. So once that internship is completed, I hope to join the industry, but not in a major company, because I feel a lot more work could be done in startups. And they are really pushing the field forward, especially in my specialization, systems engineering. So yes, once my graduation is done, I would take my chances in the industry.
Great, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, so yeah, thank you, Sowmya. Thank you, Nazeera. Everybody,
Thank you.
you both
Thank you for
given a
listening.
wonderful speech. It was a lot of motivation. Like, the experience you both given to us, right? Especially this will all reach. We are recording these sessions. It's all reaching almost 200 to 300 members in our community. So there'll be a great lesson for all of them, right? So, and do we have any members who like to introduce? Can I? Let me see. I have names. One sec. Do we have any of these folks? Akila Ashraf, she's studying in ISER. I think she introduced last week. And Aisha Naufal, She's studying for Cardiac Tech Coimbatore. Aisha, you are there or?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, please. Can you introduce yourself and your course?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Aisha, and I'm studying in Coimbatore for cardiac technology. I'm doing my second year. So my course deals with diagnosis and treatment in heart and lung conditions, and we closely deal with the patients and doctors, and also we are more into the technical part of the diagnosis, and we mostly diagnose. The main part is providing aiding the doctors for diagnosis and treatment of conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. And Zamil is in IIT doing electrical engineering. Henna Salim. I think Fida, she introduced it last week. And Maya, you are there. I think she is also introduced last week. Maya, you are there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, maybe we can just introduce to the new crowd.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Maya from Bangalore. I'm doing product design in MIT Institute of Design, Pune. I've completed 4 semesters in this 8-semester program. So MIT is ranked as the best private college in India for design and holds the first position for design courses in India. And MIT also has another branch in Ujjain called Avantika University. The different design courses offered in MIT Pune is design, interior space and furniture design, communication, UI UX, graphic design, transportation design, fashion design, animation design, and many more. So the degree awarded after completing this 4-year course is Bachelor's of Design. And after my 6th semester, I'll have to do a 2-month internship. And there are competitive exams and all which you should prepare after your 12th to get into a design college. And there are a few coaching institutes too to help you out in preparing for these exams, such as USEED, so that is the IIT's entrance exam, and NID, which is National Institute of Design. So yeah, this is a niche course and there are many creative opportunities available as it is a creative course, and depending on the design streams, these students can find jobs. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya. So I think anybody else has got any question? Last question to both of our.
Yeah, can I ask a question to Sowmya?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Hi, she hasn't left.
She left.
I'm here.
No,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Sowmya. You just said you studied in Coimbatore. I think your bachelor's, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me your journey from Coimbatore to France? Even I'm studying in Coimbatore, so I was just interested.
Okay. All right. So I did a 4-year BTech in Coimbatore, and but my home was in Pune, so I was staying in the in my university hostel in Coimbatore. Towards the end of my 3rd year, I decided that I didn't want to sit for placements because core aerospace opportunities were very less at the bachelor's level. So I decided to go for higher education, which I was actually prepared for from 1st year, but I made the final decision mid 3rd year. So I started looking at universities around the world, because in India, it's a very different education system than outside India. And so it's more of, I wanted more practical hands-on experience in the field. So that's why I chose to go outside India. I looked at universities, wrote GRE and IELTS, some competitive exams to get into universities. So there'll be different score ranges. And yes, and then you have to write a letter of motivation, and basically submit your scores and get some recommendation letters from your professors. These are mandatory. So there are some required things to apply to any university for your master's. But the most important thing is that you need to look at the course, the one that you are planning to apply to very carefully, because it is not just about the admissions page of a website. You look at the research going on in that university, you connect with people who have studied there. So for me, luckily I had a senior who was studying here. He's just about to complete his second year, so he could tell me his personal experience of studying here, and he took the same specialization I did, so I had that going for me. But more than that, I even read on websites like Quora about other people's experiences, and connected with people on LinkedIn, emailed a few professors to know exactly what they're doing in their research and if I am really interested in it. So yeah, so you just talk to people, get to know their experiences, and decide if that is really what you want to do. And that's what I did. And I really liked the course over here because they offered a freedom to change your major if you want. So if you're really sure about what field you want to specialize in before you apply, then good for you. So a lot of universities do that. You have to select your specialization at the time of application. But some universities, like the one I'm studying in, you don't have to. And at the end of first semester, we could choose. And I wanted such a flexible course, which is why I came here. Does that answer your question, or do you have any more specific questions? Aisha?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else? I think we little bit overshoot our time, but it was so much valuable for all of us. And if you don't have any more questions, I once again thank you, Nasreen and Sowmya. And please, we'll be contacting you in future also. And then your passion and the leadership, right? It will be a great motivation for all of us, all the members, right? And most of our members are also girls. Okay, so just to consider this as a family, and then future you please come again. And then I all wish both of you, right? Both of you are students, and then you all go to great heights, right? And so this will be some of the memories you can keep, right?
Thank you very much, sir. This has been an incredible opportunity. And yes, of course, this is like a family because we are reaching out to so many young, impressionable minds. And I really hope to see all the members who are present today and other members in the community to be giving such talks elsewhere and to the next generation as well. I really hope to see that. And thank you so much for this incredible opportunity.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay, so with this, I adjourn the meeting today. So thank you all. Have a good night.